channel. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. It would really mean a lot. I talk about all things music, movies, anything related like that. So we're just gonna get right into it. Let's go. Alright, so today I'm actually really excited to talk about this. We were talking about the most unknown, unanswered, weird Backyardigans questions, theories, statements, all kinds of stuff like that. I'm really excited about this because this was one of my favorite TV shows when I was younger, and once I went back and did some digging, I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of stuff that was left out, missed out, stuff that never caught my attention before until now. And now once I just go back and watch these when I'm older, probably show them to my kids one day, I'm never gonna be able to unsee it. But yeah, let's just get right into this video. I'm super excited. Hope you are too. Let's do this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is the species of each character involved. So you have Pablo, who's a penguin, Tyrone is a moose, Tasha is a hippo, and Austin is a kangaroo. But the one that I'm leaving out is Uniqua. What's different about Uniqua is, when you're looking from her appearance, you'd be like, oh yeah, she's like a pig or some other pink animal, but she's actually her own species, which is called a Uniqua, which is very interesting because I never really found this out until a couple of years ago when one of my friends pointed it out. We used to watch this show all the time when we were younger. We're like, yeah, she's just a pig, but then one day she's like, no, she's actually a Uniqua. That's what she is, that's her species. She's unique, a Uniqua, yes. There's your daily tip. Okay, so one thing I'm going to point out now is you have mostly 3 out of the 5 characters all share a backyard. Pablo, Uniqua, and Tyrone. All of their houses are connected into the same backyard. There's no fences or anything that separate them. But the 2 that you have, Tasha and Austin. Austin's yard is divided by a fence, like a pretty big fence. And Tasha lives across the street. So there's some episodes where, Tasha will be starting out or Austin will be starting out, and they just come out and hang in the yard. Do their parents not care that they're just hanging out in the yard that's not theirs? I understand if you're with the other ones whose yard that actually is, but no, it's not their yard, and they just come and hang out in that yard, I guess, whenever they feel like it. Okay, so this conspiracy has stuck with me a long time. There's an episode, it's a double feature episode. It's actually 45 minutes. It's called Tale of the Mighty Knights. This was one of my all-time favorites as a kid. I'm pretty sure I still have the movie or DVD or whatever it was on buried away somewhere. But there's this character that Austin plays called the Grabbing Goblin. And what he does is he takes things from people without them knowing. He just steals them, and he pretty much never gives them back unless they say pretty please. So the house that Austin lives in as his character, the Grabbing Goblin, is a tree that's in the middle of a river, swamp, or whatever. It's called the Wood of the Grabbing Goblin. And it's just this little itty-bitty tree-looking thing with a door. And apparently once you open the door, there's this huge, massive underworld with, it's a big cave, and there's, streams that come in, and then there's his lair towards the back where he has all of his collected items that he has stolen. And it's so weird because the tree is this little thing, but there's this massive underworld that's underneath it. And then they can just go out the back door. You just walk right through it when it's pretty much this big underground cavern deal. So that was a little bit strange. Or not, they wanted to make it look cool, and it is cool. It's just interesting how it all works and how they pieced it together. The next one comes from another double feature episode called Secret Super Spy. This also was one of my favorite ones as a kid, mainly because at the beginning Pablo has this apple juice container and he's like, shake it. So now, whenever that same friend and I, we have apple juice, we're like, shake it. But yeah, so the interesting thing about this episode is Pablo saves a super spy who pretty much saves the world. And his boss pretty much is Agent Tasha. And then her, office or whatever is this big boat on the ocean pretty much. And it looks like they're, off the coast of, Miami, somewhere in Florida probably is where it looks like it is. And, towards the end of the episode, Uniqua is mad because Pablo got the 3rd container, got the 3rd secret container, that's what it's called, I don't remember. And she's not happy. So they're on this island, I'm assuming in like the Bahamas or Hawaii or something. And they went in like the secret water. So they went behind a waterfall, and that's where Pablo got the third container. And Uniqua is frustrated, so she decides to go to Tasha's office, kidnap Tasha, and take her all the way back to London in Big Ben, where she's holding her captive until Pablo comes and gives her all three containers. By the time, so they're both leaving the waterfall in the Bahamas or whatever at the exact same time. Yet, Uniqua beats him to Tasha's office and takes her all the way to the other side of the world in Big Ben by the time Pablo arrives to Tasha's office, going straight from that waterfall. I know that makes no sense, but isn't it just, it's weird, right? Another one I'm going to point out that maybe some of you guys have seen is in their houses. You can obviously see these humanoid, maybe alien-like figures in their windows. It is obviously strange, and if you look at it for a long time, the clearer those figures come into perspective, and it just is so freaky because you never actually get to see inside of their houses. So want to know like what's kind of going on in their houses, all of that. But yeah, if you can just see those figures, they're in all of their houses, but the ones that are like the most clear to see is in Uniqua's, in her bottom window and in her upstairs window. I'll insert a picture for you guys to see. Another weird episode error that they might not have thought about is an episode called Robin Hood the Clean. So, Tasha, Tyrone, and Uniqua are being held in this town called Filthingham by Austin, who's the mayor, and he just hates everything that's clean. He loves mud, he loves dirt, he loves everything that's dirty. And the town isn't allowed to be clean, they're not allowed to take baths, nothing. So Tyrone decides one day to go out into the forest and find Robin Hood. And let me remind you that they're not allowed to leave this town at all. They have to stay there forever. But when they distract the mayor and Tyrone sneaks out into the forest, he doesn't have any trouble sneaking out. So why couldn't they have snuck out a long time ago? He just automatically just walks out the gate, walks into the forest. Like, doesn't think twice. If you want to leave so bad, leave. You have your chance. Like, Okay, so this next one is an episode that my sisters and I have watched so many times. It's called Breakout, and it's Uniqua and Tasha are being held hostage, pretty much, in this big castle in the middle of nowhere. It's like 4 stories high, it's huge, and Tyrone and Pablo are the guards, and Austin is like in this agency, but they have this magic mirror that he can communicate to the princesses through and tell them how to escape. But the one thing that's weird is the guards, Pablo and Tyrone, are just out patrolling like the levels around the castle, like someone has broken somehow. But there's no one else around, no one knows they're there. Why are they out patrolling around? Like, they know that the princesses are in their room, locked and kept out or whatever, so they can't escape. So they think they actually do escape, but they're just out patrolling the levels like they're expecting to find someone, even though no one knows of this castle besides Austin, and no one's there trying to get them out. The last one I have to point to today is from an episode called Scared of You. I'm going to say this was also one of my favorite episodes. I mainly just did some of my favorite episodes from when I was younger. This is one where it's Austin's birthday, and he works for mad scientist Tasha in her big mansion laboratory. And it's Austin's birthday, and Tasha is just like acting like this mean, awful mad scientist who's bossy and doesn't care what Austin has to say. And so she sent him out on a mission with 3 letters to go and bring back 3 monsters: a vampire, a werewolf, and a mummy. But Austin isn't allowed to see what's in the letters. She's like, don't ask any questions, just go and find the monsters. And when the monsters like open the letter and say to go back with Austin for his surprise birthday party, he's like, what did the letters say? And they're like, well, I can't tell you. Well, I'm like, you're the one who's delivering the letters, just open the freaking thing. You don't. That's just the thing with all of these, is like, they don't put the pieces together like exactly like that. They don't put the pieces together. They don't I kind of think what they're doing, like they just don't use their head. Alright, so that is it for this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button down below. I am more than happy to be doing more of these types of videos. I actually really liked this, doing like unanswered, weird questions, theories, conspiracies for this type of deal. So I have another one that I just finished getting my script written down for, is unanswered and weird theories, conspiracies about other little kids show, Max and Ruby. Yeah, that one, there's a lot to go into. There's so many theories out there. It's gonna be a good one. And if you're gonna ask if I want to do more digging on these type of videos, yes, I will be doing Coraline. I know that's gonna be asked a lot. I'm gonna be doing a lot more with like Easter eggs, clues, hidden meanings, hidden messages, all of that. But for now, hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in another video.